Welcome to Southern Yankee Homestead. On today's video, we're going to be covering some of the items that we use for hunting. That's going to include the rifles as well as what we carry with us. To start out, we usually have a couple of these little cheap bags. Well, I say cheap, we get them for free on a lot of our off-road excursions we go through. We probably have a dozen of these hanging around, so they work good for a light backpack that we take with us. In that, we also carry a couple sets of gloves just wrapped up. These are orange. They're actually mechanics gloves, but they're orange versus a white glove, which we really don't want to carry into the woods with us. We also have our hunting licenses in here, an ID. We carried bottled water. Carried 2 bottled waters. Typically, one is for drinking. You're sitting up there for 4 hours, get a little dry. It's good to have. The second is for cleanup. When you're done with, an animal, even wearing gloves, you'll still end up with some blood on you. Gloves rip, so it's good to have a way to clean up after you're done, as well as to stay hydrated, because hydration is important. We also carry 2 1-gallon Ziploc bags. What this typically is used for is when we're done cleaning the animal, we'll put the knife in here as well as the inner back straps or any pieces we want to save. So if the heart survives the kill shot, we have a friend that likes pickled heart, so we keep the heart. The inner back straps on deer, we keep that as well. And we'll put that in the bag before we start dragging it out of the woods. As far as knives go, some people go ultimate survival mode with it. We're not trekking into the woods miles. We're not hiking for hours on end. We're hunting across the road and we're hunting down back. So we have basic knives. This is Hun's knife, or Diana's. It's just a standard Gerber composite with a gut hook. It is extremely sharp. We keep them very sharp regardless of what we're hunting or fishing with. This is her primary knife. My primary knife is just a good old-fashioned K-bar. I've had this for 20 years or more now, probably close to 20 years. If you look, you can actually see where I've sharpened it to the point. See if I can get close enough to get that. You can actually see right there where I've sharpened it, and you can see the change in the overall height. So I've had this knife for quite a few years. I've skinned, gutted, cleaned multiple animals with it. Turkeys, fish, deer, bear, all of the above. Another thing that isn't necessary but comes in very handy, laser rangefinder. Depending on where I'm hunting, what I'm doing, if I'm in a new area or even an old area, I want to remind myself what the distances are. If I'm hunting down back, I know my max range is going to be about 40 yards. It's just trees, can't be helped. Might be able to see up to 60 yards, but I can't get an effective shot, so I won't take it. But when I'm across the field, in the field on the neighbor's property, I am 274 yards across the field in the longest shot, and I'm 20 yards from the corner on one spot. So depending on where I'm sitting in the field, I need to know distances, because it makes a difference. I want my shot placement to be as exact as possible. Now, as far as rifles go, this is what Hun hunts with. This is a bolt-action Savage Model 11. It is chambered in a .243 Winchester. Bolt action, single shot, has a BDC scope on it that is a 9 power. Just a basic accurate rifle. We've not had any problems with this. I think Hunt has got six or eight deer with this rifle now in the 5 or 6 years that we've had it. It does take magazines, just a standard Savage mag. There's your 243 bullet, in case you've never seen one of these before. This does carry 4 in the magazine. You could technically load 4 in the magazine, 1 in the pipe. She typically carries 4, but she also carries this in her bag as backups. When we're hunting in the woods, when I was growing up, we always had spare bullets, spare magazines, just because safety. If you get lost, it can come in handy, but it's just one of those habits that's carried over for years now. Now, if you saw the turkey video, you've heard about this rifle. This is the one that I actually originally made the mistake with on the 22. This is a, I don't think they got the actual model. Ah, here we go. Marlin Firearms Company, model 336 3030. This is the old-fashioned John Wayne style lever action. I bought this at auction for, I think, $225. I have a 4-power Weaver scope that is around the same era. This is a 1976 rifle based on the serial number that is stamped here back by the hammer. The only thing I did, had to add a mount for the scope, and I got a sling and, again, a way to hold more bullets. I'm shooting a deer and black bear 170 grain 30-30 shell. In fact, I'm running low and I can't find any more, so I'm being frugal with those bullets. And in the background, let me give you a little bit of background on this one beforehand. This was the first rifle I started hunting in Virginia with. The problem in Virginia is this. This is a 223 or a 5.56 millimeter standard NATO round. In Virginia, it is illegal to hunt with anything less than a .23 caliber. Where this is a .223 caliber, we're 007 off from being legal to hunt with this. So, to correct that, I went ahead and bought a new upper barrel assembly for it, and now I hunt with a 300 Blackout. This is a Barnes round, VOR TX 110 grain bullet. This is what I use for my longer range hunting, longer range up to 150 yards. The 30-30, I hunt under 100 yards, usually in brush and woods. Outside of the woods, in open area, I use the 300. I am not going to be shooting 200, 250 yards with that rifle. It's not the rifle's fault. I could modify it to be more accurate, but ultimately anything over 200 yards, I'm a horrible shot. I know better. I won't take the shot over 200 yards. With that rifle, I'm going to be hard pressed at 150 yards. That's just me. I have 2 5-round magazines. This is just a standard 223. In fact, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but it's even labeled 223 on the bottom. But I do run 300 AAC or 300 Blackout on it. The rifle itself is a Wyndham Weaponry lower receiver. So this piece here, actually, this is Wyndham Weaponry. I still have the 223. I don't 223/5.56. I don't use that as often because it's illegal to hunt with here in Virginia. Again, so 223 lower. I have a EMA forward grip on it, and for the most part this is stock. You know, this is one of those angry guns you hear about all the time on the news. But this is completely legal at this point to hunt with in Virginia. 300 upper. This forward, get that out of the way for you. This forward, I don't use it like this. I use it to help stabilize when I'm hunting. I put it up on the gun rest and it helps me stabilize the barrel, allowing me to get a better shot at a longer distance. That is removable. I do remove it. The scope is a DOA scope. It's got multiple, you probably can't see that, we'll have to edit it out. It's got multiple lines on it for different distances. I don't use it for that. I have it set at 100 yards on the forward here, and I have it set at 12 power. It goes from 4 to 12, or 4 to 12, 4 to 12 power. And this is my primary field firearm. None of these are weapons. These are hunting rifles. Contrary to what the news says, these are hunting rifles. And while we're talking about it, someone is asking, well, why would you hunt with an AR? If you didn't know by watching the videos or know me personally, I am a veteran of the Iraq War, the second one. I have fired thousands of rounds through this platform, maybe tens of thousands of rounds. I am very, very, very comfortable with this platform. By being comfortable with this platform, it increases my accuracy. So humanely, it is better for me to be comfortable with the firearm that I'm hunting with than whatever else is going on. If you're not comfortable with the gun or the firearm that you have, your accuracy is going to decrease. Because I'm very comfortable with this, very comfortable with shooting it, the only difference is it's a caliber change and the barrel's a little bit heavier than the standard M4 that I used when I was in Iraq. So with that being said, this is my favorite rifle to hunt with, but this is a hunting rifle. This hasn't assaulted anyone except maybe some deer. It is not an assault rifle. It is a firearm. It is my hunting rifle. This is what I use for hunting. If you don't like hunting, that's your business. Good for you. You can buy all your meat at the store and trust the butcher. We like our meat. We like our wild game. But this is the basic of what we hunt with and how we go about hunting. Stay tuned. There'll be more videos. Today is actually the second day of deer season. I got some video yesterday and I'll be going out a little bit later today. This morning, apparently I was a little too tired, overslept, turned my alarm off, so I missed the morning hunt, but I'll catch tonight's hunt. With that being said, we'll see you in a minute.